I don't think you understand how important and necessary it is to grasp the zone of comfort concept when it comes to avoidance. All right, look at this. What do you see? There's basically this squiggly line, bell-shaped curve, and this random box. Well, that squiggly line represents emotional pressure, the rising and falling intensity that happens in any relationship. Every argument, every confession, every moment of closeness adds a little bit more pressure to that line. And the box, well, that is the avoidance zone of comfort, the narrow range where connection feels safe, where the pressure is balanced just right. Now, as long as the peak of that emotional curve stays inside the box, they can stay present and be open for connection. Now, here's the thing no one really tells you about avoidance. At the beginning of your relationship with them, your graph is always going to look perfect. That squiggly line is always going to be in the box. But as the relationship wears on, your squiggly line will either rise above the box or below the box. And the moment that happens, when the feelings get too big or they come too fast, their system panics and they pull away to release the pressure. Now, the funny part is that most people try to solve this by finding the right frequency that will allow them to get back into that box. But that's not something you should do. So let's pull up the zone of comfort graphic again. By default, an avoidance zone of comfort is pretty small. Tiny, really. You can see that here. What that really means is they can only tolerate so much emotional closeness before the pressure builds and their system starts looking for a release valve. But here's the thing no one ever talks about. That zone isn't fixed. It can expand. When an avoidant is paired with someone secure, someone calm, consistent, and self-contained, that little box starts to widen. Why? Well, because secure people don't create emotional pressure. They create stability. They don't force the avoidant to feel before they're ready. They model what safety looks like. And over time, that consistent calm allows the avoidant's nervous system to relax. Their threshold for connection grows. They stop needing to reset through distance because distance stops feeling like the only safe option. That's what healing actually looks like. Not chasing them into the box, not waiting outside of it forever, but becoming the kind of person whose own emotional regulation naturally expands it. Every time I look at my DMs, I get asked for coaching, and I want to make sure every one of you has the opportunity to coach with me. So for a limited time, I'm doing free live coaching for my followers only. If you want access, simply click the link in my bio.